السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. Tonight inshallah we talk about الضمير المتصل. الضمير المتصل. Which means attached pronoun. What's the difference between this and what we learned last week? Last week, all the pronouns we learned is detached. هو, هما, هم, هي, هما, هن, أنت, أنتما, أنتم, أنت, أنتما, أنتن, أنا, نحن, نحن. And if you remember, all these pronouns, they are separate from the noun in writing and pronunciation. But the attached pronouns are part of the word. So you'll find them at the end of a noun, at the end of a verb, at the end of a particle, at the end of a preposition. And it is very, very important to learn them and understand them, because this will help you to understand the Quran. Why this is important? Because while you are reading the Quran, you will find in many ayahs that there is a noun ends with a pronoun, or a verb ends with a pronoun, or a preposition ends with a noun, or a particle like in and can. So what we're going to do tonight, we'd like to understand the concept of this. Then after that, we'd like to learn the 13 pronouns in Arabic, inshallah. So, if I say the word Rasul, I can find it in the Quran like Rasul, or I find it, there is something attached to it. So I find there is Rasuluhu. Or there is Rasulahu. Like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, هو الذي أرسل رسوله بالهدى ونور الحق. Now, I know that Rasul means what? Messenger. But now there is ha at the end. Now when I understand that ha means his, then Rasul means what? His messenger. And we find in the Quran also Rasuluna. And there is Rasulukum. So, Rasuluna, our, because na means our. So Rasuluna becomes what? Our messenger. Kum means you. Rasulukum. Yes. Yes, the Rasul of you, all of you. So now, how this will help me in understanding? When I know the meaning of these, okay, and I know the word, so this means that when I know the word Rasul by itself, then, because this word Rasul mentioned many times in the Quran, I cannot remember how many times now, but say 100 times, so you'll find it sometimes Rasuluhu, Rasuluna, Rasulukum, Rasuluhum. So when I know what are these pronouns means, and I know the word Rasul what it means, so when I put this combination, then I can understand this word wherever it comes in the Holy Quran. So this is the importance of understanding these. The same with the verb. Say for there is a word called kataba. Okay? So when I say كتبه, if I add this means, which means he wrote, كتبه, he wrote it. He wrote it. Now the ha here, when it related to the verb, means it. So I understand that when I know the verb كتب, then after that, wherever there is a pronoun attached to كتب, I can understand what this verb means. I have this particle inna. So inna, many times in the Quran, but it appears in the Quran like inna Allah ma'a sabirin, inna Allah ma'al muhsinin. Okay? But we find it again attached to the pronoun. So we find innahu, he is, indeed he, or innaha, which is mostly in the Quran related to it. Innaha, like innaha alayhim muqsada. Okay? Indeed it is. And we find innahu. إنهم كانوا لا يؤمنون بالله ولا باليوم الآخر. So they don't believe in the day of judgment, or Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the day of judgment. So now again, brothers, when I understand inna, indeed, then innahu, indeed he, innahum, indeed they, innaha, indeed it, and so on. And the same with the preposition. One of the famous prepositions in the Quran is min. Min mentioned in the Quran about 3,000 times with its additions. So if I know only min, I might understand maybe 200-300 of them. But when I know the attached pronouns, then I can understand wherever there is something added at the end of min, I can understand what does it mean. So like minhu, which means from him. And minhu, like this one.
Sheikh, if it's minhu, it can be from him and
from him or from it.
it as well, right?
Yes. But minhum definitely from him. Okay? Minkum, from you. لقد جاءكم رسول منكم عزيز عليه ما عنتم, and so on. So, it is very, very important to understand the attached pronouns. Remember, these attached pronouns, when they are attached to the nouns, they have a meaning. When they attach to the verb, they have a meaning not far from that, but still related to it, which is, if it is singular, plural, and dual, mudhakkar, muannath. So, and it has nearly the same meaning when it is related to inna or the prepositions. So what we'll start tonight, inshallah, we'll start to understand how we can understand the attached pronouns with the nouns tonight. Next week, inshallah, we'll talk about the prepositions. Then after that, we'll talk about inna. So, and then we can relate all these together. And when we study the verbs, we can talk about the verbs. So, before I move to the details, any question? Clear the idea? So who can, what's the importance of learning this?
pronouns with the nouns.
Yes. It gives me what?
رسول رسولنا كتب كتبه إنه إنها.
Because when I know that one word, when I know one word, I can know another 13 words. Why? Because of the attached pronouns. When I know min, for example, which means, as I mentioned, 3,000, by knowing min and the attached pronouns, I know 3,000. So see how important is this? Because I know only min. But because min with the other pronouns mentioned 3,000 times, then I know all of them. But if I know only min, I cannot remember now, but maybe 300-400 times, min in itself. But minhum, minha, minhum, minkum, min kunna. So all of these will give me the help to understand the Quran. And as you know, the whole idea of the whole of this course is to understand the Quran. So the combination of the noun, the verb, the particle, the preposition, and the attached pronouns will make me understand the Quran more. So I need to understand these pronouns, and after that, when I link this with the word, with the root, I can understand many words related to this, inshallah. Okay. Now, let me do these pronouns with the nouns. So I write in the top here again, Al-Qadir al-Mufassir. And I'd like to use the statement Allahu Rabbi. So I start with the third part. So I write Allahu Rabbi at the beginning. Okay. So we start with the third person. And with the third person, if you remember, what is the first letter with all the third person pronouns? What's the first letter? Ha. Yeah. So I use the same letter. Allahu Rabbuhu. And with the mu'annath, I say Allahu Rabbuha. So I say Allahu Rabbuhu,
Allahu Rabbuhu,
Allahu Rabbuha.
Allahu Rabbuha.
So Allah is His Lord, Allah is her Lord. Allahu Rabbuhu, Allahu Rabbuha. Allahu Rabbuhu, Allahu Rabbuha. Allahu Rabbuhu, Allahu Rabbuha. Okay. What we use for the muthanna? I use the same, but now it is attached. So to say the dual, I say Allahu Rabbuhuma, Allahu Rabbuhuma. Now let us come to the plural. So what we use for the plural? Hum. I use the same. Allahu Rabbuhum. And mu'annath?
same in the singular with the
Yes.
first person of he.
So, let us say this first now. Allahu Rabbuhu, Allahu Rabbuhuma, Allahu Rabbuhum. So let us just say this is Mufrad, which is singular, and this is what? Muthanna, dual, and this is Jama. Plural. Okay? So, let us say the first line now. Allahu Rabbuhu, Allahu Rabbuhuma, Allahu Rabbuhum. Allahu Rabbuha, Allahu Rabbuhuma, Allahu Rabbuhunna. Allahu Rabbuhu, Allahu Rabbuhuma, Allahu Rabbuhum. Allahu Rabbuha, Allahu Rabbuhuma, Allahu Rabbuhunna. Now, we'll say this 3 times now. That'll give you 2 minutes to try to memorize it, inshallah. Allahu Rabbuhu, Allahu Rabbuhuma, Allahu Rabbuhum, Allahu Rabbuha, Allahu Rabbuhuma, Allahu Rabbuhunna. Allahu Rabbuhu, Allahu Rabbuhuma, Allahu Rabbuhum. Allahu Rabbuha, Allahu Rabbuhuma, Allahu Rabbuhunna. Last time, Allahu Rabbuhu, Allahu Rabbuhuma, Allahu Rabbuhum, Allahu Rabbuha, Allahu Rabbuhuma, Allahu Rabbuhunna. Take 2 minutes to try to memorize it. يلا ليك ميسي يلا عبد الله
الله ربه الله ربهما الله ربهم الله ربها الله ربهما الله ربهن.
ما شاء الله. يلا أنيس.
اللهم ربه اللهم ربه.
لا اللهم الله.
الله ربه الله ربه
ربهما
ربهما الله ربهم. And then Allahum Rabbuha, Allahum Rabbu,
هما
Allahum Rabbaha,
الله ربهن.
Allahum
not اللهم الله.
Allahum Rabbuhum.
Okay. Yes.
الله ربه الله ربهما الله ربهم الله ربها الله ربهما الله ربهن.
ما شاء الله. تمام.
Allahu Rabbuhuma, Allahu Rabbuhum, Allahu Rabbuha, Allahu Rabbuhuma, Allahu Rabbuhunna.
MashaAllah. MashaAllah. Atif. Well, MashaAllah. Okay. Now, so this is the third person. Okay? Now we come to the second person. So, here with this one, we use the letter K. We start with K, and then we add Ma and Kum and Kunna. Okay, so you see. So we start with Allahu Rabbu K and Allahu Rabbu Ki. Okay? Then the Muthanna will be, now we will put the Ma, will be what? Rabbukuma. And obviously the Muthanna is the same for Mudhakkar and Muannath. Okay. Now for the plural, I bring the kaf to the mim, so it will be what? Allah Rabbukum. And with this, the kaf and the noon will be what? Allahum. Easy? So remember, with the second person, we start with the kaf, then for the muthanna, we do the same. This is huma, this is kuma. This is hum, this is kum. This is hunna, this is kunna. Very simple. Okay? So remember, again, when you memorize the first one, then all the others will be very simple. We replace the ha with kaf. Okay? For the muthanna and the jama. Yeah, let us say together. Allahu Rabbuka.
Allahu Rabbuka.
Allahu Rabbukuma. Allahu Rabbukum. Allahu Rabbuki. Allahu Rabbukuma. Allahu Rabbukunna. Allahu Rabbuka. Allahu Rabbukuma. Allahu Rabbukum. If you have ladies here, we say Allahu Rabbuki. Two of them, Allahu Rabbukuma. All of them, Allahu Rabbukunna. So one person will say Allahu Rabbuka. Two persons, group, one lady, two ladies, group of ladies. So one person, one man, two men, group of men, Rabbukum. Allah.
This is two people. This is you. This is two.
You, yeah, we are talking to two. Yes? I'm talking to one lady, I say to her, Allahu Rabbuki. Two ladies, man. Group of ladies, okay? Yeah, let's just say to her. Allahu Rabbuka. Allahu Rabbukuma. Allahu Rabbukum. Allahu Rabbuki. Allahu Rabbukuma. Allahu Rabbukunna. Allahu Rabbuka. Allahu Rabbukuma. Allahu Rabbukum. Allahu Rabbuki. Allahu Rabbukuma. Allahu Rabbukunna. Yeah, take 2 minutes. Try to memorize it. Ready? يلا قول تعال.
الله ربك الله ربكما الله ربكم الله ربكم الله ربكما الله ربكم.
ما شاء الله. صديق؟
الله ربك الله ربكم الله ربك الله ربكما الله ربكم.
ما شاء الله. جلال؟
الله ربك الله ربك الله ربكما الله ربكم الله ربك الله ربكما الله ربكن.
ما شاء الله. And Ahmed?
Allah Rabbukum, Allah Rabbuka, Allah Rabbukuma, Allah Rabbukum, Allah Rabbuki, Allah Rabbukuma, Allah Rabbukum.
ما شاء الله. ياسر؟
الله ربك الله ربكما الله ربكم الله ربك الله ربكما الله ربكن.
ما شاء الله. أنيس؟
اللهم ربك اللهم ربكم
أنيس. You are saying Allahumma. It is Allahu.
اللهم ربك اللهم ربكم اللهم
كما.
كما
الله ربكما.
اللهم ربكما اللهم ربكم الله
الله
الله ربك الله ربك
كما.
كما الله ربكن.
ما شاء الله.
Allah Rabbuka, Allah Rabbukuma, Allah Rabbukum, Allah Rabbuki, Allah Rabbukuma, Allah Rabbukun.
ما شاء الله. Well done. Okay. Now what's left?
First person.
The first. So here we say this is. If we say this is the third, this is the second. Now we do. So this one we say Allahu Rabbi, and for dual we say Allahu Rabbuna. And the same for the plural. So Allahu Rabbi,
Allah Rabbi,
Allahu Rabbuna,
Allah Rabbuna,
Allahu Rabbuna.
Allah Rabbuna,
Allahu Rabbi,
Allah Rabbi,
Allahu Rabbuna,
Allah Rabbuna,
Allahu Rabbuna. Allahu Rabbi, Allahu Rabbuna, Allahu Rabbuna. Allahu Rabbi, Allahu Rabbuna, Allahu Rabbuna. It's very simple to remember. Rabbi, Rabbuna. And this is applies to everything, brothers. So if I like to talk about pen, say qalami, qalamuna. Then قلمه قلمهما قلمهم قلمها قلمهما قلمهن قلمك قلمكما قلمكم قلمك قلمكما قلمكن قلمي قلمنا قلمنا. Okay? So, for example, Rasul, which is we found at the beginning. I say رسوله رسولهما رسولهم رسولها رسولهما رسولهن رسولك رسولكما رسولكم رسولك رسولكما رسولكن ربي ربنا ربنا. And دين. So at the end of the surah الكافرون لكم دينكم ولي دين. So دينه دينهما دينهم دينها دينهما دينهن دينك دينكما دينكم دينك دينكما دينكن ديني ديننا ديننا. إله God. إلهه إلههما إلههم إلهها إلههما إلههن إلهك إلهكما إلهكم إلهك إلهكم إلهكما إلهكن and إلهي إلهنا إلهنا. Okay. Now With the ha, as you notice that it is who all the time, yeah? But, and this applies when before the ha is dhamma or fatha. But if before the ha is kasra or sukoon or ya, then the ha becomes he. And this is to make the recitation or the pronunciation easy. So, fi, for example. I write an example here. So, fi is ya, and I attach the ha. Okay? Now, if it is who, it will be difficult to read. Fi who. But fi is simple. Okay? And when there is sukoon, minhun. So here I say minhunna and minha and all of these things. This no, sorry. Fihinna. So the same fihinna, like in Surah Al-Isra, Surah Al-Rahman. So I say fihinna khayrat al-hasan. I cannot say fihunna khayrat al-hasan. So the general rule is when the ha, this attached, preceded by dhamma or fatha, so it is who. It is preceded by kasra or ya, then it will be what? He. It will be he. Like fi sabilihi. Fi sabilihi. We can't say fi sabilihi who. It's difficult to say fi sabilihi. So fi sabilihi. Okay? So the ha follows the letter before, if it is ya or kasra. So it must match the letter.
If the letter before it has dhamma or fatha, then it's hu. And then if it has a kasra before it, then it's a he.
Or ya.
Or ya.
Yes.
Or ya.
And school.
Or sukun. Okay? So what we'll do now, inshallah, we read what's in the textbook and examples. I think there is no need to tell you that this must be memorized. So everyone should say this. What we learned last week and what we learned this week, off by heart, inshallah. Okay? يلا read يا صديق. The first part.
In the last unit, we introduced separate pronouns. Besides these, there are pronouns which are attached to the ends of words as suffixes. They are called attached pronouns or pronoun suffixes. An attached pronoun may be one, a possessive pronoun attached to the end of a noun, as in rusuluhu. Rusul plus the who will bring you rusuluhu. Okay? Rabbu plus the ha will give you rabbuha. Number two, attached to a preposition, as in min plus the who will bring you minhu. Min plus the ha will bring you minha. Number three, attached to particles like inna, as in innaha and innahu. Number four, the object of a verb, as in ja'ala, he made. So ja'ala plus the who will bring you ja'alahu, he made it.
But read it.
Below the chart, with the attached pronouns or pronoun suffixes, read from right to left. Okay, so singular, who, he, huma, hima. Hima. Them, there, whom, him. Her is her, huma, hima. Them, both, there. Hunna, hinna. They're them. Ka, you, your. Kuma, you both, your. Kum, you, your. Ki, you, your. Kuma, you both. Kunna, you or your. Feminine. First person male. Ye, ya. Ni. Na, us or our. Na, us or our.
So, is this clear so far?
Before we proceed, is it possible that we can write the exceptions so that we understand, so we come back to the two exceptions that you mentioned?
The who?
For who and you.
Yeah.
What would, can you repeat the two exceptions?
Yes, we said if it is proceed by kasra or ya, this is the most general.
That's right, yeah.
So we change the ha to he.
Okay.
So we say, for example, ربهما
Yeah.
من سبيلهما.
Yeah.
Okay? سبيلهم.
Yeah.
سبيلهن, for example.
Yeah.
If it is proceeded by half jar or something.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
But if it is سبيله,
Yeah.
ضمة,
Yeah.
سبيله, سبيله, سبيله.
Sabili.
Yeah?
Okay.
So we say سبيله, سبيلهما, سبيلهم.
Okay. Okay.
Huh? سبيلها,
Mm-hmm.
سبيلهما, سبيلهن.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I understand. Right.
And for the ya, so again we say it depends on what the word before it. So I can say kitabi or it be kitabiya. مقرأ كتابية. It depends on where the word comes. So it might be e or ya. It depends on the context of the verb. So like I said in the Quran, قل هذه سبيلي, my way. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, ها نقرأ كتابية إني ظننت أني ملاق سابية, and so on. So when it is attached again to something else, then it will be ya. But when it is at the end, it will be e.
What's the difference between kitabiya and kitabi?
It is the same. Kitab,
Kitabi is my book.
and even kitabiya, my book. But now there is ha at the end. So when the ha, you cannot say kitabi. Yeah. So the ya now will have the fatha. So when the ya has the fatha, you have to say it ya, not e. You know the difference between e and ya? So when the ya has no haraka or sukoon, it will be e. Yeah? When the ya has fatha, it cannot have dhamma obviously. When the ya has fatha, then it will be ya. Like yaf'al. When I say yaf'al, the ya has what? Fatha. Okay? But when I say kareem, the ya here is e. Okay? So when it comes to the pronoun, this is the pronoun ya. If it is at the end, then it is e. Okay? But if it is followed by another vowel or another letter, I mean, it must be ya. So to make the sound, right? Okay. Who was reading? Jalal, do the next one.
Notice that attached pronouns to the third person, except ha, have two different forms. Example, who and he. The form having a dhamma is used if the preceding vowel is a dhamma or fatha, e.g. rabbuhu and rabbahu. The form having a kasra is used if the preceding vowel is a kasra or there is a preceding sukoon on a ya. Example, rabbihi and ilayhi. For the first person, male and female, attached pronoun ya. The word to which the ya is attached must be made to end in kasra, to which a vowelless ya is added, e.g. Rabbi, my Lord. The exception of this word is like Allah, Allah and Ya, where the Ya fatha with a fatha, the Ya with a fatha is used. The ni form is used with verbs and other prepositions or particles ending with nun. For example, ja'alni, he made me. It's minni, like it's from me. Min, ni, minni.
So let me go over it again. So form the first male and female attached pronoun ya. The word to which the ya is attached must be made to end in kasra, to which a vowel ya is added. So Rabbi. Okay. Now the exception to this is word like alayya. So what happened alayya here? We have ala plus there. So here we have to say alayya. When we do the prepositions, I will show you how they will work with those fi and ala. These prepositions with ends with there, how it works with them. We'll see it clearly, inshallah. Where there with fatha is used. Then the ni form is used with verbs and after preposition or particles ending with na, like ja'ala. So when we do the verbs, inshallah, I will explain this to you. This noon they call it noon al-wuqaya. They made it to make it sound right. Because if you say ja'ali, it doesn't sound right. So they put noon at the end here to make it ja'alani, made me. Okay? Because they found that ja'ali, it doesn't sound right. Yeah? So they put noon, this noon, they call it noon al-waqaya, which when we come to the verbs, I'll explain it to you, inshallah. Okay? Now, we'll do the examples. I'll do maybe two of them, just to explain to you how we'll do it. So we read the example, we read the translation, and you tell us where are the pronouns, either attached or detached. So, okay. So the first one, innaka la rasulullah. So here we have the kaf. So indeed you are the messenger of God. So where is the preposition, the dhamir here? Ka. Okay? And عذابي هو العذاب الأليم, number 8. So here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, my punishment is the painful punishment. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala save all of us from that. So عذابي. So عذاب becomes عذابي, my. So the ya here made the word now means my punishment. And we have huwa, which is the detached one, which means okay. So this is how it works. So let's start from Abdullah, from number 2.
Innaka rasuluhu. So it's kaf.
And
the who.
yes. So please read the translation.
Indeed, you are his messenger.
Okay.
Lahu ma fi samawati wa ma fil ard. To him belongs whatever is in the heavens and whatever is in the earth. It's lahu.
Yes. That's it. Okay. Yeah, nice. Jazakallah. هو number 4.
هو في بيتها. He was in her house.
So where is the pronoun?
The pronoun is, isn't it huwa?
There is that the detached one, yes. And where is the attached one? The attached one which we learned.
Isn't it Ha.
Excellent. Yes. So هو is the detached المنفصل and ها is المتصل. Okay?
I. Ya. Ka. Na. Abu.
إياك نعبد. Yes.
You alone we worship.
Yes.
Isn't it's called the pronoun iyaka?
Can. The can.
The ka.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Yes, sir.
قال جعل ربك تحتك سريا. O Maryam, your sustainer has made beneath you a rivulet. So it is ربك the ka and تحتك the ka. The ضمير.
ماشي.
قال إنما أنا رسول ربك. So أنا and ربك the ka.
ماشي.
عذابي هو عذاب أليم. عذابي is a attached one and who are attached. My punishment is a painful punishment.
No.
إنني من المسلمين. Me is the pronoun.
There. There is the.
إنني من المسلمين.
Yes. So there is the pronoun here.
Ya is the pronoun.
So
The me is not the pronoun, the ya is the pronoun.
no, the yeah, the
The
yeah.
ya is the pronoun.
I said the noon is just addition. Okay, number.
But the two nouns. So is it me or ya?
The yeah.
Inna.
Inna, the first, and the noon, as I mentioned earlier, they call this noon al-wuqayah. They add it before the yeah.
Yeah.
Also, inni, it sounds weird.
And Sheikh, the reason why
Why
we
did they were in me?
There is in, there is. In the Quran there is both, inni and
the
ilay.
noon has a shadda on it. Inni. It's not the same as this one.
The Quran uses both. Inni, yes, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, inni ana Allah, la ilaha illa ana fa'budni. And he used innani, both.
Sheikh, the reason why there's no dots on the ya is because
You'll find
sometimes.
both. You'll find with dots, you'll find without dots. Yeah, I cannot explain now these things. Okay, read number 10, please.
Inni Abdullah. So ya is the
Yeah.
and Abdullah. Okay, it's just ya.
Yes.
I understand. God. Inni lakuma min al
من الناصحين.
nasihin. Inni. So ya is the pronoun. Lakuma is the you two.
Yes.
Nasihin.
Yes. Okay.
Advisor.
So truly I am to you both a sincere advice. Now, Abu Siddiq.
كنا لباس لكم وأنتم لباس لهن. قلنا كن from لكم, أنتم from أنتم, and لهن, they, your wives, are a garment for you and you are a garment for them.
Yes.
لكم دينكم ولي دين. Kum from lakum, kum from dinakum,
Dinukum.
dinukum.
So we have kum and ya.
Yeah.
Yeah? So we have 3 here.
Excuse me, in 12, number 12, is antum, and pronounce what? Antum.
Yes,
Yeah.
which is the detached.